to give my yes to you today. I choose.
Good morning. It's Thursday, the 26th of September. And here's some coffee for this morning's Coffee with God. If you have your Bibles, turn to Genesis 25, verse 34. Genesis 25, vers 34. Jacob was the hunter. Esau was the one that stayed around the tents. He had made some stew. Jacob came in from hunting. He was extremely hungry at the time. And he asked Jacob to give him some stew. Jacob said, I'm not going to unless you give me your birthright. Verse 34 says, Then Jacob gave bread and lentil stew to Esau. He ate, drank, got up, and went away. So Esau despised his birthright. Immediate gratification. He didn't think about the long-term consequences. And so often when we go through life, the easiest first answer is the one that presents itself obviously first, and we will grab it without thinking of the long-term consequences. And I want to warn you against that. Always right, wrong. It was his birthright to sell. It was his birthright to give up. Nothing wrong in what he did. But the consequences of what he did had long-reaching results. It affected not only him, but his children and his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren. In those days, to give up your birthright was to give up half of your father's inheritance immediately. It doesn't make sense to give that up for a bowl of lentil stew. But, you know, King David, before he was king, was being chased by King Saul, and he gets presented with an opportunity in the cave to take out Saul, who was chasing him, making his life an absolute misery to all his men and to himself. It seemed as if the Lord had presented this to him. But he thought about, I don't want to be known as a kingslayer. I don't want to be the one who is remembered for the rest of the world's history as the one who killed the first king God placed over his people, God's first king over the Israelites. And he thought about the consequences. The immediate would be to relieve himself of being chased all around the wilderness. How often do we not stop and think of the long-term legacy that we're busy putting together? It may seem like the easy, right thing to do in the workplace, in die omstandighede, in die situasie, maar ons moet net dink, dit word deel van ons storie, dit word deel van ons nalatenskap, dit word, jou oupa het dit gedoen, en baie keer moet ons maar dink oor die langtermyn nagevolge van ons onmiddellike besluite. En ek wil myself herinner, ek wil vir jou net vra om 2 keer te dink. Dink aan die nagevolge. Think about the consequences of your quick decisions in the spur of the moment. And it always helps to take a cup of coffee, time to make and think over a decision. So I encourage you to spend time knowing God's will for your life, God's plan for your life, and not just grabbing the immediate opportunity that presents itself in every day. Have a wonderful Thursday.